sparkles of light. It's Cherry Enchantress, and I'm here with your daily dust. And daily dust is a sprinkling of magic. It's just a daily reading that you can take for this particular day. So I'm going to read for November 23rd, Saturday, November 23rd, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. And you can use it as a current energy or something that is giving clues to something coming in the future. You can like resonate with it however you want to, or if you don't resonate, that's okay too. I like looking at the inner and the outer world. So first we're going to start with the inner worlds using the lilac version of this Lenormand, and then the outer worlds using the cherry version of this Lenormand. And usually the outer world, I'm getting lots of current events, politics, and things like that that do have some kind of effect on us. Maybe if it's not super direct, at least not maybe right now, but it can. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on that kind of thing. I'm just feeling so much energy in that outer world that I felt like is important to include it too. So I have two chapters. Chapter 1 is just for you, and chapter 2 is this outer energy. And both are collective messages. So if you don't see yourself, that's okay, but it's meant to be for the future, and it's meant to be for this particular day, the 23rd. Okay, so let's see now what is in your inner world. Maybe something about a move or a promotion. What is in your inner world today? Or whenever you watch this, for clues for a future period. Sometimes it represents like, sometimes you can have already experienced some of the reading. I don't know, it's just very interesting how it plays out. I'm gonna get 3 cards from the middle. Oh, the house, nice. And the dog. The dog is so great. Dog is soulmates. And the broom. Okay. Very nice. All right, let's zoom on in and see what we get. All right, so with the house, we have cozy, we have warm, we have comfort, we have small buildings, we have candlelit dinners with somebody that you love. With the dog, we have pets and loyal people in your life, whether it's soulmates or friends or family, but usually the dog can either represent literally pets or somebody that you consider your soulmate, very close to you, and it could be a familiar as well. And then the broom to me represents sometimes a clearing of things. It comes with the whip, and the whip sometimes can be about arguments or something physical, and sometimes it's sexual. So it could be a cozy, sexy night with the twin flame soulmate. It could also, I see the whip also sometimes representing sports and physical places like the gym and things like that. So I read it like that a lot. It could be a dog park, or because we're at the house, it feels like you're indoors. All of these together though add up to be something really positive and cheerful. The house can also represent a successful purchase of a building or a home or something, and it can represent as well as living together with a partner, so happy living. It can also represent traditions, so you could have some kind of traditional event coming up on this day, on a Saturday. It could just represent relaxation and privacy, and or just chilling on the couch and just relaxing and enjoying company with somebody special, and that could be your soulmate, or it could be just pets. Curling up with the pets, that's always nice. But Usually, and also best friend, like man's best friend, and or literally a best friend, a person. So it generally represents this loyalty and devotion despite anything, you know, coming up. It's a feeling of protection, fidelity, and security. So a lot of security feeling on this day for sure. And it's also assistance if you need it. And it's interesting because pets can be emotional support animals, and they can also be like seeing eye dogs, things like that. So that could be for like very few of you, but it could be important to somebody out there. And the whip could represent a leash, you know, a leash on a dog, or, you know, holding a dog in place while walking or something like that. But also the broom can represent something magical, maybe. I also get sort of with brooms, like I feel this come over me a lot when I'm sweeping. I feel like a witch energy, and it's important for witches, especially intuitive people and empathic people, to sweep, like literally sweep, clean, sweep your floor and clean and dust. Sometimes there's these energies just literally caught up in the dust or the dirt. So it's good to sweep that kind of stuff out. And also I just feel like in general it feels it could be a little bit of an argument, but not a like heated argument. It could be just a fun debate, possibly a little bit of a back and forth exchange. It could even, you know what this could even be? It could be like sitting around with friends and playing video games, or like Wii Sports or something like that, like a competitive thing you do, or it could be game night. Something like that too, like board games. So lots of things like that possible here. But the broom does just kind of give me like a little bit of a competitive energy or playful energy. Could be like going outside and playing football with your family or friends or your whoever, you know. Generally though, I do feel like sometimes we get multiple people in the picture, but even though like both of these cards can represent family, I'm getting more of a cozy one-on-one than too many people involved. So it just depends. I feel like some of you may be having more than one, more than just a one-on-one, and some of you may be having more of an intimate situation. But other than that, it seems like a very sweet, cozy Saturday. It would be a good weekend reading, I think, too. All right, so now I'm going to move on to the outer world. All right, and here is the Cherry Lenormand for the outer world reading. So, speaking of outer world and politics, I feel like I predicted correctly. Matt Gaetz stepped down. Well, in my prediction, he was sad. He felt, I'm doomed, it's over, this is the death of me, or whatever. It didn't really say how he, you know, that if anything was going to happen to him per se. It just kind of told his mood a little bit. And also kind of the next reading was sort of like almost like he's like, I didn't do anything wrong or whatever, because he thought it was consensual, but it's still wrong even if it's consensual. Like yeah, still wrong. There's so much wrong with it. And so much illegal with it. So I feel like that's somewhat resolved. But who, you know, and I think the public still wants wants all the information out. I feel like we won't be satisfied until that happens. But there's so much more going on. So let's see if anything from whatever comes out, we'll address it. The outer world. Okay, we got the book again. Secrets coming out. So maybe, let's see. Roads, crossroads. Interesting that this one just said roads. Okay. And the moon, mystery. Okay, well, this moon in the Lenormand is not like exactly like the moon in tarot. The moon in Lenormand is a little bit more of kind of a romantic feeling. It can be a positive energy, so it's not necessarily about illusions or the subliminal, but it could be. So in the Lenormand, the general energy behind the moon is recognition, and it could be even wooing or seduction or something like that. If it was romantic, it would be a storybook love, but it's not. And let me tell you why. Because this is the Cherry version, and the Cherry interpretation is saying illusion, danger of going wrong, meeting with an unknown evil place. So that's interesting. I keep hearing the certain psychics talking about the president-elect not consulting, like almost as if comparing Biden with him. And Biden is surrounded by white light, angelic energy, ancestors, and even Jesus himself, like really positive, high vibe energies. And elect is, so it could be doing deals with the devil, literally, like there's a spiritually devilish energy here that I think he's dealing with. It could be like manifested in a person that he also deals with, but it could be it could be seriously, dark forces. So that's kind of scary. And yeah, and it could be like time's running up. When you make deals with the devil always cashes in and doesn't care, like if you've run out of time or whatever, or things didn't go exactly the way you planned. It's interesting. I don't know if anybody's watched Lucifer, but that TV show really has a very unique and interesting way at looking at the devil, and yeah, and the way people interact with the devil, their deepest desires, but how you have to be careful. Be careful what you wish for. It's almost a be careful what you wish for energy, and really think through, and really understand what the real reason why you want something, and not just at the surface material level go for things and sell yourself for it. It's very interesting. So yeah, so anyway, it's like this book has a cover, but the cover is not explaining anything about what's in the book. There's so much deep depth in the book. The roads, though, I feel like it's the roads that will help us to understand, like a certain path that we can choose to see things, to follow things, to figure things out. But it could be this, elect himself who took a wrong road, or chose incorrectly. And then I'm also seeing in my mind's eye, those cables, those underground cables, even underwater, even though this doesn't have to do with water, it just, it's subversive, subterfuge. This reading seems so dark, right? Like, well, these two cards, it's so shadowy, and secrets and the moon, both in the shadows. And we got that the other day, didn't we? We got secrets and shadows and moons, and so there seems like there's a road, there's a secret road. It could be like a tunnel or a cave or something like that. Some kind of secret underground road, channel, connecting things. Secret underground, maybe not underground, but secret road, secret avenue, secret lines, something like that. The book makes me feel like equations, mathematical, scientific, esoteric, a kind of mystery that you have to calculate to figure out. You may need more knowledge. You need to look up things or look into things. And then the moon is like this shadow of deceit, kind of done in the comfort of darkness, in a way that like a blinded eye. Well, I'm seeing visions right now, like some, you know, like that wool over sheep, the wolf with sheep's clothing again that I saw a while back. It's kind of like it's like the general public is sort of blinded. I know what, you know what this is a lot like, and I hope you don't mind my reference to Star Wars, but it's a lot like what the Emperor Palpatine did, like even Yoda. Like, you would think Yoda, of all people, would not have a blind spot with the Force, but the evil found a blind spot so that none of the Jedi saw it coming. Like, they didn't see a darkness coming. So I feel like it's something like that. It's not like there's anything, well, there could be still more to come that's not good, but I feel like certain people who are investigating are on the right track, or finding the right path, or finding the right equation, how we got to where we got to, how everything happened the way I'm seeing, kind of like, you know, the election stuff, and the lines, and I'm seeing kind of Melon, or people call him Melon, and they call him what else they call him, Leon. So yeah, Melon Leon, you know, I'm seeing him like being like, he's genius, using his genius mind to come up with a very interesting equation, path equation, path equation, crossroads, road, cross roads, something. Well, yeah, so I don't know when this will be coming, you know, to the surface, but I feel like that because the roads are here, it could be getting closer. You know, the moon in the book feels like more information, more research, but the roads are like, this road in particular is just showing something on the surface. So something on the surface will appear, something will be known on the surface, as well as things that are not known yet. So I guess that's good news. I think that's good news. It's a clue, like it's a clue to stuff surfacing. That's just what I'm seeing. And that's all I can really see, you guys. I can't see much more. I'm just saying that stay vigilant, stay informed, research things, don't take things just at face value, and just be open and wise and accepting of the possibilities. Just because you're accepting of the possibilities doesn't make you a conspiracy theorist. It just makes you open-minded, okay? Now, conspiracy theorist to me is like using this sort of game to excuse a certain kind of behavior, the way it has been used most recently, in as far as on the right side, and you know, and I know somebody who said that usually they're proven right. Well, generally they're not, but and I don't feel like this is a conspiracy theory, but it could be a theory. But it's funny because conspiracy itself, that word, conspire, people have been conspiring, which is true, and so there has been lots of conspiring under the surface, and both sides for sure, but you know, the evil conspiring, and then there's a just conspiring as well to bring about truth and justice. So we got this kind of push and pull energy going, and a lot's going under the surface that we can't see. But soon enough, I think, resurfacing things. And I hope that made sense. I don't know what to call this, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, until the next time, faith, trust, and pixie dust.